Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Thursday. And so the topic for today is just put it out there. And the reason I came up with this topic is a lot of times we do things in our lives, but we're afraid to put it out there and afraid to tell people that we're doing it. I know me, myself, I kind of do some of everything. I have always been that way where I just try new stuff, try different stuff, even when it comes down to businesses and things. And so one of the things that I know I always struggled with was just putting what I'm doing out there or just telling people, even people I know, just telling them about it. Now, when doing that, you don't always expect to get the support or majority of your support from your family and your friends. That's not why you do it. But you just put it out there so that people around you know. So I'll give you an example. Most of the things that I've done or tried before, I'm the only one that I know who was doing it. I'm the only one I know who was trying it. So, for example, like writing the book. Okay. So when I wrote this book I decided to put the book together with my writings because it's a collection of stories, story songs and poems. So when I decided to put this together and publish it and get it out there and was working with an editor, I was the only person that I knew who was doing that. I didn't know anybody else doing that. So when I put it out there that this is what I was doing and this is what I did and was working on, I actually had people coming to me asking me questions. Oh, well, I write, I do this. How did you do that? What tips do you have? Who did you go through? Who was your editor? They came to me with all these different questions because they didn't know. And the fact that I came out and said that I did know it, now I became a resource for them to figure out what to do and how to go about doing it. Now, you may say, Toya, I don't want to help nobody. I don't want to do none of that. But it's kind of like it just kind of happens anyway. Okay. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Somebody is going to ask you how you got to where you're doing or how you do what it is. Whether it's somebody you know or somebody you don't know, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask you. And the reason behind that is because you're inspiring somebody. You're inspiring someone to do what you did. So you have one or two options. You can have that scarcity mindset where you believe that, there's a limit to how much of whatever it is that you're doing can be put out there, or you have an abundance mindset to where you feel there's enough customers, there's enough creativity, enough talent, all of that for all of us. And so if you're a part of the abundance part, then you don't mind sharing that information with somebody else. You don't mind telling somebody else how you did what you did because you're going to be taken care of. So when I get those people who talk about, well, I don't want to say nothing, I don't want to tell nobody, I don't want to do this, I don't want to help nobody. Well, you're kind of hindering your own growth, your own self. Because what if that person that you help ends up helping you? What if they know something you don't know? What if one of the techniques you are doing causes a reaction that you don't necessarily want, but they know about it? Okay. So it's always best to convene with people. It's always best to come around people, talk about people, just tell people what it is you do. That's where it really all boils down. To get customers, clients, whatever it is you're trying to get, grant money, whatever. Tell people what you are trying to do. Don't be afraid to tell people. Don't hide it. Okay. Like I said, I do a lot. So, right now I'm trying to learn about credit. Okay. I don't feel confident enough to come and do these videos and stuff. I don't feel like I know enough to share. But once I do, I'm sharing with y'all. Okay. I'm sharing. So if you somebody going through this credit stuff, contact me. Let me know. We can work together, figure the stuff out together. Okay. I have no problem with that. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm trying to learn it. And if I find out one technique or find out one thing about it that may not be so true, and I talk to somebody else and they like, yeah, that's not, or yeah, it is, or they may have a different perspective on how they read the law than what I did. And so we can come together. So I encourage you to always share what it is you're doing. God gave you that gift for a reason. Okay. So share it with the world. Share it with the world. Let them know so people can celebrate you. People can support you in what you're doing. Just share it. Okay. Don't be afraid. Put out there what you do. Okay. We need to stop hiding. Okay. People, we hide too much. We hide what we do too much. Just put it out there. Okay. So that's it for today. Please like, subscribe, and share, especially if you got anything out of this content, because if you get something out of it, chances are someone else will as well. I love you all, and I will talk to you tomorrow.